Okay, so let's proceed with the methods of running a traverse. So we have four actually methods of running a traverse. You can run a traverse by observing the interior angle. So since that is a close, so you just measure the interior angle. And you can also do a traverse by deflection angle. And then azimuth traverse, so by observing through the azimuth, if we already have the assumed north or the true north as reference, and also the compass traverse. So let's discuss. I have here a sample of the interior angle traverse and then deflection angle traverse. So for the interior traverse, this is the sum of the interior angles of a polygon are closed. Traverse must be, so dapat yung sum here. So, dapat yung sum ng best angle 1, 2, 3, and 4 should be equal to n minus 2 times 180. So, this is the how are you going to get the sum of the angle, total angle of a closed polygon, right? So, since this is, for example, in this illustration, so this polygon has 5 sides. So, let's say 5, yung n natin is equal to 5. So, 5 minus 2, that is 3 times 180 degrees. So, to make sure that the sum of these all angles here is equal to 3 times 180 or equivalent to 540 degrees. It depends on the number of interior angles in your polygon. So let's have here an example. So the observed interior angles of a 5-sided closed traverse. So yung isang traverse ay may 5 traverse line. Tapos yung station niya is 5 rin. So meron tayong station A, station B, C, D, and E. So, tatlong station and with their corresponding interior angle readings. Ito yung A, ito yung sa B, C, ito yung sa D, and E. Now, we are going to determine the area of closure of the polygon. So, when you say area of closure of the polygon, we need to check if it's really a closed polygon. So, if it's not, then we need to adjust the polygon. So letter B, the adjusted interior angle. So we need to adjust the interior angle once we compute the area of closure. Pag hindi naging closed, like for example, 5 sides. So 5 minus 2, that is 3 times 180, that is 540. Pag yung sum ng all the angles here is not equal to 540, then we need to either subtract or add the correction to determine our adjusted interior angle. Then for letter C, we are required to correct the bearing of the remaining lines if line AB is north 15 degrees in 30 minutes east. So we need to determine the bearing of each line. So given, since wala tayong bearing dito, we don't measure the bearing since our method is through interior angle, then we need to determine the interior angle of each line. We need to determine the bearing of each line using the interior angle. Okay, so let's first solve for A and then B. So to take a solution, you just copy all the observed angle A, B, C, and D and E. Then we take the sum. And then to check if it's really 540 degrees, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds. If not, we need to determine the error of closure. So using a calculator, you just add this value, and this is equivalent to 540 degrees and 2 minutes. So you need to check on your calculator if I got this the correct answer. So if this is 540 degrees and 2 minutes, so sumobra siya ng 2 minutes. So this 2 minutes here is our what? So this is our error. So how are we going to determine our error? Basically, we are going to determine that by determining the sum of all the interior angle of a closed polygon. Since yung ating n, so ito yung number of station or number of sides ng isang polygon. Since this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so we have 5 station and 5 sides. So n in this example is equal to 5. So 5 minus 2, that is 540 degrees. So therefore, the error of closure, you just subtract the observed angle, the sum of the observed angle minus the sum of a closed polygon with 5 sides, which is equivalent to 540 degrees. We need to take the difference that is equivalent to 2 minutes. So this 2 minutes now is our error of closure, which means sumobra yung ating angle ng ating polygon. So we need to adjust this observation. So paano tayo mag-adjust? First, you need to compute first the correction. Anong amount? Since this is 2 minutes, hindi pwedeng 2 minutes yung i-subtract natin sa bawat angle. Hindi. Since yung 2 minutes is the total error of all the angles, we need to divide this one by 5 since 5 to. So to get the correction, we just error closure. So this 2 minutes divided by the number of angle. So number of angle natin is 5 since this is 5 sides. So 2 minutes divided by 5, that is equivalent to 24 seconds. So this 24 seconds is we are going to apply this correction to our each observation. So now, is it going to add or we need to subtract the correction? When are we going to add? So we are going to add if the error of closure is negative, and then we need to subtract if the error of closure is positive. So in a nutshell, we need to subtract this one since sumobra. So pag ito naman ay kulang, like 539 degrees, something lang, so kulang siya, we need to add. So this example here, sumobra siya ng 2 minutes, therefore yung ating 24 seconds na i-apply natin sa bawat angle is we need to subtract that one. Okay? So therefore, the adjusted angle is equals to 118 degrees, 29 minutes, and 36 seconds. So this is now your adjusted angle. And then how did we get this value? So we just subtract 24 seconds to each angle. So we just subtract here 24 seconds minus 24 seconds. This minus 24 seconds minus 24 seconds, then minus 24 seconds. So that is equal to, so the equivalent is equal to for A, that is, let's say this is A prime is adjusted na. So this is 118 degrees, 25 minutes, and 36 seconds for A. And then 95 degrees, 33 minus 24 seconds, so that is 95 degrees, 95 degrees, 32 minutes, and 36. So same with C. So do the same with C, do the same with D, and do the same with E. Now to check if it's really 540 degrees, you just add this value, add all, take the sum, that is equivalent to 540 degrees, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds. So that is now the adjusted value. So this adjusted value, we are going to use this one to determine the bearing of line A to B. So since it is already given on item C. So let's move to the letter C. So for the letter C, we are required to correct the bearing of the remaining lines if given tayo ng bearing ng line AB, which is north 15 degrees 30 minutes east. So given na tayo. So we just draw line AB. So this is, since this is point A, so let's say this is point A, and then somewhere here, okay, so from 15 degrees 30 minutes east, so somewhere here yung ating 15 degrees and 30 minutes east. So we draw a line here. So this is now the position of our point B. So let's say this is point B. If this is 15 degrees, this is also equivalent to 15 degrees, right? So this is forward bearing, tapos yung ating back bearing ay equivalent din, 15 degrees and 30 minutes east. Okay? So how are we going to measure our 118 degrees, 29 minutes, and 36 seconds? Since this is interior angle at A, andito ka sa A. And then from here, to measure 118 degrees, 29 minutes, and 36 seconds. So you just draw this angle, 118. So to check kung saan hanggang saan ba siya, hanggang dito lang ba? Or hanggang dito sa third quadrant. So from here to here, that is equivalent to 180. Since 118 lang to, so hanggang dito lang siya. Okay, so that is equivalent to 118 degrees. So therefore, yung line before A, which is yung E, so this is equivalent to 118 degrees, 29 minutes, and 36 seconds. So if this is 180 degrees, so if this angle here from here is 180 degrees, and this is 15, and then meron tayong 118 degrees, to get this value, since ito yung bearing natin from E to E, so yung eagle na last point, which is this one, so this is equivalent to how much is this one? So you just subtract 180 degrees minus 15 minus 30, 118, 29, 36. So this is equivalent to 46 degree and 24 minutes. How did we get this? You just subtract 180 by this one and this angles, and then the remaining will be this one. Okay, if we are done with A, let's move to B. So B, we have 95 degrees, 32 minutes, and 36 seconds here. So from here, since we already have 15 here, meron na tayong konting 15, so sasubtract tayo ng 15 na nga din. So from here, we count 95 degrees, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 95 degrees. So since, are we going to stop in this quadrant or hanggang ditong quadrant? So no, hanggang dito lang because we already have 15 degrees, so 95 to. So hanggang dito lang. Right? So hanggang dito lang siya. So we draw 95 degrees, 32 minutes, and 36 seconds here. So we say that is 95. So if this is 95 and this is 15, how much is this one? So this is equivalent to 95 degree minus 15. So this angle here is only equal to 88 degrees, 2 minutes, and 36 seconds. Again, how did I get this one? You just subtract this 95, 32, 36 by 15. So this is whole is 95 and minus this one, the remaining is 80 degrees, 2 minutes, and 36 seconds. And this 80 degrees, 2 minutes, and 36 seconds is the bearing of our next line from B to C, right? So this is from B to C. Next, we have, let's draw next point here, which is our point C. So if this is 80 degrees, 2 minutes, and 36 seconds from B to C, therefore, this angle here is also equal to, if this is the forward bearing, therefore this is the back bearing. So this angle here is equal to 2 degrees, 2 minutes, and 36 seconds, right? So if this 2 degrees, 36 seconds, then we draw another angle, which is 50 degrees, 58 minutes, and 36 seconds. So from here, if this is 80, meron tayong sobrang konti, mga 9 degrees. So from 9 degrees, tapos 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, hanggang 50 degrees, 58 minutes, and 36 seconds. So hanggang dito lang yung ating next line. So next line na D. So this is 50, 58, 36. Therefore, we have here. So if this is 80, 52, then we have a remaining small angle here. How did we get 48, 58, 48? So we get this by subtracting 180 to this bearing, right? Minus this one. So 180 degree minus this one, minus this one. The remaining is only this small angle here. This is now, by the way, the bearing of our next line. Diba? As you can see, southwest. So this is the bearing of our line C to D. Okay, so we draw our next line. So if this is 48, again, this is the forward bearing B to C. Therefore, this small angle here is also equivalent to 48 degrees, 58 minutes west. Okay, so if this is 48 degrees, 58 minutes west, then we count from here, we count 134, 9, 36. So because we are now on station D. So from here, since meron na tayong 48, ilan na lang yung ating ipupusin, mga 90 degrees na lang. So from 48 degrees, if we subtract 48 degrees from 34, 9, 36. Meron lang tayong mga ilan. Check natin. We have 134 degrees, 9 minutes, 36 seconds, minus 36. So, meron tayo ditong sobrang 85 degrees, 10 minutes, 48 seconds. So, hindi tayo lumagpas dito sa next na quadrant. So, hanggang dito lang yung ating line. Since if we subtract this 34, 9, 36 by this angle here, kasi yung ating angle na 134 starts from here. From here hanggang doon. So, we are not sure kung hanggang dito lang ba siya na quadrant or hanggang doon. So, to make sure kung hanggang saang quadrant lang siya, you just subtract the 134 by this angle here. So, meron siyang 85, 90, calculator. 85, 90, 48. So, hindi siya ng 90 degrees. Hindi siya nag more than 90 degrees. So, hindi siya umabot sa ating next quadrant. So, hanggang dito lang siya. So, northwest 85, 10, 48. So, we just draw another line. So, this is now our 34. So, meron pang konting sobra. So, this is 48. And this is equivalent to 4 degrees, 49 minutes, and 12 seconds. How did you get this 4 degrees, 49 minutes, and 12 seconds? So, we just subtract here by, so yung ating 48 degrees by this one, that is 85 degrees. Ano yung sagot? 85 degrees. I'm going to solve that. Yung ating 134 degrees, 9 minutes and 36 seconds minus ating 48 degrees, 58 minutes and 48 seconds. That is equivalent to 85 degrees. Alam yun. 10 minutes and 48 seconds. So this angle here from here is only equivalent to 85 degrees, 10 minutes, and 48 seconds. So how much is the value here? Itong maliit na angle. So to check that, since this is also equivalent to 90 degrees, di ba? Hanggang dito. So 90 degrees minus 85 degrees, 10 minutes and 48 seconds. So this is equivalent to, yung remaining na counting angle dito is equivalent to 4 degrees, 49 minutes, and 12 seconds. Okay? So next we are now on angle, E. So for angle E, we measure 140 degrees yung kanyang interior angle. So to check if is really interior angle, since this is 4, so itong maliit na to is equivalent also to 4 degrees. Right? Because this is 85, itong na-solve natin na 85, so this is the bearing of D to E. Therefore, yung back bearing natin, this is also equivalent to 85 degrees, 10 minutes, 48, right? If this is 85, 10, 48, then from here, we measure 140 degrees. Okay, that is also 4. From 4 dito, 4 din. From here, we measure 100, station E na tayo. So, we measure 140 degrees. So, from here, this is equivalent to 140 degrees. To check if we got the correct answer, dapat yung ating na-compute kanina na 46 is similar kung ano yung ating makukompute dito. Diba? This is back bearing. This is forward bearing E to A. This is the forward bearing A to E. So if this is 46, therefore, it should be here 46, 0, 24. Right? Then to check that if it's really 46, 0, 24, how are we going to do that? This is 90, right? So we all know that this is 90. And plus this small here, which is 4 degrees, 49 minutes and 12 seconds. So 90 degrees plus 4 degrees, 49 minutes and 12 seconds. So that is equivalent to 94 degrees, 49 minutes and 12 seconds. So our angle here up to here is 94. So if we subtract 94 from our angle 40, the remaining is this angle here. So it should be 46,024. If it's not, then you got the wrong answer or the wrong solution. Okay, you take subtract 140 degrees, 49 minutes, and 36 seconds minus 94 degrees, 49 minutes, and 12. Therefore, use your calculator, that is equivalent to 46 degrees, 0 minutes, and 24 seconds. So that is now your bearing from E to A. So it's correct since it has the same answer with A to E. Okay, so let's wrap up our solution and then you get the answer. So bearing of AB, so this is already given, AB, then BC. So BC, balik tayo sa B to C. So we have the bearing here. So this is equivalent to 80 degrees, 2 minutes, and 36 seconds. Yung direction niya is southeast. C to D. So from C to D, so this is D. So this angle here. So yung direction niya ay south west. So therefore, that is 48 degrees, 58 minutes, and 48 seconds west. D to E. Yung ating D to E is this one, right? So this is equivalent to 134 degrees, 9 minutes, 36 minus 48. That is equivalent to 85. Yung na-solve natin kanina, that is 85, 10, 48. So yung direction niya is northwest. Next is from this angle here, which is E to A. So that is equivalent to 46 degrees, 0 minutes, and 24 seconds. So since second quadrant to, yung direction niya is northwest. So we have now all the angles, all the bearing of our transverse line. Okay, so all you have to do is to draw it correctly and to measure the angle correctly. Okay. So the next we have here is the deflection angle. So we have, based on the deflection angle, diba, i-extend lang natin yung, or i-prolong lang natin yung line before that proceeding line. So the algebraic sum of all the deflection angle in a closed traverse is equal to 360 degrees. So example, so we have an example here. The following are the observed deflection angles of a closed traverse. So meron tayong traverse na deflection angle yung kanyang kinuha. Then 84 degrees, 20 minutes left. When you see left is pa-left yung kanyang deflection angle. We have B, 12 degrees and 11 minutes to the right. So you say clockwise yung kanyang, counterclockwise yung kanyang direction ng ating angle. We have 82 degrees and 32 minutes left. So counterclockwise, we have 64, 27. Another point here, we have 35, 18. Another point here, we have F, 75 degrees, 51. And the last letter is G, which is 33 degrees, 45 minutes left. Now, what's the use of L and F? So when we see L and R, so when we see L, that is angles, deflection angles to the right. And when we see R, to the left. And when we see R, that is deflection angles to the right. So now I'm going to show you that later. Now, what we are going to do, required to do, is to determine the error of closure, the adjusted deflection angle, and then we are also required to determine the bearing of a certain line AB. So, given tayo ng isang bearing, which is AB, south 45 degrees east. Ito. Then, we are required to determine the bearing of the remaining line. So, BC, CD, DE, EF, FG, and GA. Okay. So here's the solution. First, we need to determine the error of closure first of our polygon or yung ating traverse. So A, since pa left siya, so B, so we denote this as negative for angles to the right. So C, since left siya, so all of the left, since clockwise yung direction mismo, so pag pa-left siya, clockwise yung direction ng deflection angle, so that is positive. So letter D is still positive since left. Letter E is positive since left. F is positive, and then the last one is also positive. So we only have one angle to the right, which is negative for letter B. You take the sum of that all angle, but considering the negative angle for B. So which means 8420 minus 12 degrees 11 minutes plus 8 plus 82 degrees 32 plus 6427 plus 3418 plus 7156 plus 3345. It should be equal to 360 degrees. Okay, since our assumption is the sum of all of the deflection angles is equal to 360 degrees. Then if it's not, then we need to apply correction on our deflection angles. Okay? So meron siyang sobra na 7 minutes. So the same as the method process that we do on the last problem. So we need to determine the error closure and then determine the correction to be applied in each angle. So minus 360 degrees, we have an error of 7 minutes. So this 7 minutes, we are going to divide this one again into how many observations, since we have A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. So we have 7 deflection angles. So our error na 7 degrees is divided by into 7. So that is, yung correction na i-apply natin, each angles is equivalent to 1 minute. So, how are we going to adjust that one? So yung ating, for angle A, we have to subtract that with 1 minute. So that is equivalent to, and then, since yung ating, look at design. So if it's, since nagsobra siya, diba? Nagsobra siya. Therefore, yung lahat ng positive is, yung correction niya is magiging subtract. Okay? And then, opposite naman sa, since this is negative, so since this is negative, yung correction niya should be added since opposite yan, yung correction and then the error. So if this is left or positive, yung correction niya is subtract. So this is negative, therefore plus yung kanang correction. This one, since plus to, then we need to subtract. Since this is all plus, then all of this are subtracted. So then you get the sum. You get the sum. This will become 8419, right? If you take the difference of this one, then if you add 12 degrees 11 minutes with 1 minute, this will become 12 degrees 12 minutes. Letter C, minus 1 minute, that is 31. Minus 1 minute, that is 26. Minus 1 minute, that is 17. Minus 1 minute, that is 55. And 1 minute, that is 44. Then you take the sum of all this angle, this is equivalent to 360 degrees. So if not, that there is something wrong with the correction, or there is something wrong with your error computation. So okay, this is now the adjusted deflection angle. Then since we already have on letter C, given tayo ng values ng bearing ng A to B, which is equal to south 40 degrees ba yun? Okay, so A to B, we have the given bearing of line A to B. So from here, so this is equivalent to south 45 degrees east. So nandito yung ating position ng B. Okay, so when you say deflection angle, so pag magpo-prolong tayo ng line, so from here, we measure this angle, right? So from here, magme-measure tayo ng 84 degrees in 19 minutes. So from here, we measure 84 degrees. So since angles to the left to, we'll just turn this one for B. We are on station B, by the way. So, okay, we are on station B. So, in station B, since, di ba, left to right, left, 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 and left. So, yung ating station B is, yung deflection angle na to is positive or angles, ay negative or angles to the right. Yung si angles to the right, yung movement niya is counter clockwise. So, from here, we measure 12 degrees. So, say that is 12 degrees. If this is 12 degrees, okay, if this is 12 degrees, and then if it's 45 here, this is also equal to 45, right? So therefore, yung ating, this is 45. So our B to C, so to compute for the bearing of our line B to C, we just add south 45 degrees. Itong 45 na to, since this is 45, plus our 12 degrees and 12 minutes. Therefore, yung ating bearing ng B to C, so yung ating B to C is equivalent to, so how, this is 12 and this is 45. So our bearing ng B to C, so this is our angle now. So this is equivalent to south 57 degrees 12 minutes. So how did you get that? We just add 45 plus 12 degrees and 12 minutes. Okay, so we now know that the bearing of B to C is equal to 57 degrees and 12 minutes. Please. So our point C is somewhere on this area. Okay, so let's say this is our point C. So from point C, meron na naman tayong deflection angle. Yung deflection natin angle sa point C is 82 degrees 31 minutes. This is left, right? So when you say left, yung direction niya is clockwise. So from here, we measure 82 degrees up to here. So that yun na yung location ng point D. So from here, so this is, right? This is 57, right? So this is 57, 12. So we measure 82. So somewhere here, from here, nandito siya. Okay, so this is 82.31. Therefore, so if this is, since ito ay 57, so therefore this is also 57. So if this is 57.12, therefore this is also 57.12. So how do we get the bearing of line C to B? So we just 82 degrees, yung ating deflection angle, minus this one, the remaining is only this one. So this is the total deflection angle minus yung bearing ng B to C, which is this one. So our bearing for our next line, C to D, is this small angle here. We can compute that by just subtracting our deflection angle by the bearing, 57 degrees 12, therefore that is 25 degrees 12 minutes west. So that is southwest. Okay, next we have D. So from C to D, yung deflection angle natin is to the left. So same yung direction ito. So clockwise. For D, 64 degrees 26 minutes and 64 degrees 26 minutes. So from here, if this is 25, right? This is 25, therefore this is also 25, and this also is equal to 25. So if this is 25 degrees 19 minutes, and then from here, we measure deflection angle equivalent to 64. So from here, is 25. 25 plus 19, hindi siya aabot ng 90. So hanggang dito lang siya na quadrant. So we have 25 here plus 64, 26. Therefore, that is also equal to 89 degrees and 49 minutes west. So that is now, here is 25 and this is 64. And the total of this one, that is now the bearing of our line C, line B to our next point, which is E, right? So from here, 25 plus 64, that is equivalent to 89 degrees and 45 minutes. So this is the solution. So we have B. Next, same procedure we have, if this is equivalent to 89, right? So pag 89 to, therefore, this is also equal to 89, right? The forward bearing and the back bearing. So this is also 89. Pag ito 89, therefore, this is also equal to 89. So 89 to, then since yung ating 35 degrees, 30 minutes ay to the left, same direction, then counter, this is clockwise direction. Therefore, 35 degrees and 17 minutes from here, then that is now the location of our next point, which is point F. So, andun, somewhere doon, yung ating point F. And how are we going to compute the bearing of that E to F? So, we just have the angle here. How are we going to compute the angle here? So, this is just, how much is this one? This is equal to, if this is equivalent to 180, right? So this is equivalent to 180 minus this angle. So this angle is also equivalent to this one. So if this is 89, 45 plus 35, 17 minus 180, the remaining angle is here. So 180 degree minus this is 89.45 minus 13.517. So the angle here is equivalent to north 54 degrees 58 minutes west. So this is now the bearing of our E to the next point, which is point F. Okay, that is 54. So if this is, again, if this is 54, 58, therefore, this is the back bearing, which is equal to 54, 58. So if this is 54, 58, also the opposite angle here is equivalent to 54, 58. Okay, on point F, what is the deflection angle? So the deflection angle at point F is equal to 71 degrees, 55 minutes. So from here, we measure again deflection angle. So same ang kanyang direction, which is clockwise. So from here, tikad to here. So we measure 51. So meron na tayong 54. So maglalagpas tayo ng mga 20. So from here, we count 0, 1, 2, 3 hanggang 71 degrees, 55 minutes. Hanggang dito lang siya. Okay? So we count. So we draw a line there. So how did we get 16? So since this is 75, all angle here is 75, but we have here 54, 58. Then to get this value here, we just subtract ini nga total minus ini nga diyang guti. So the difference is ini na hiyang guti nga di. So this is also the bearing of your F to the next point, which is point G. Right? So F to G is stuck here. So your point G is somewhere here. Okay, so if this is a 16, right? Itong small, we just subtract 71 by 54. This is 16 degrees, ini nga de, 16 degrees, 57 minutes east. If this is 1657, therefore, this is also back bearing. This is 1657. And then therefore, itong maliit na to na opposite is also 16 degrees 57. The last deflection angle we have is 34.44. So we measure from this angle, since left din to, so clockwise din yung direction. That is 34. Then we draw a line to connect our last point. So that is this angle here, 16 plus yung ating 34. That is now the bearing of our G to A. So how did you get 50.41? You just add this 33.44 by this angle here na, ano ba to? This is equivalent to ito, 1657. So, 1657 plus 33.44, that is north 50 degrees, 11 minutes east. Okay. So, to check if you got the correct answer, you can end here. And then, 180 minus 50. Double check lang natin yung ating 84.19. So, if we have a 50 degrees here, 41 minutes, diba? Ito yung ating 50 degrees, 41 minutes. Minus the ating 45 kanina, this one. So if this is equivalent to 50, 41, and this is 45, then we subtract it by 180. So the remaining would be the deflection angle here. So that is equivalent to 84 degrees and 19 minutes. Okay, so if you got the correct answer, if you return to the correct value, then you got the correct solution. Okay. So let's end here. So next start will be, we're going to show you some of the type of the adjustment. And then we're going to discuss what is latitude and then departure, and what's the use of that latitude and departure in determining the adjustment for the compass rule. We have two adjustment. Pag hindi nag-go-close yung ating traverse, we have the approximate method, we have the transit rule, and the compass rule. So next video, we are going to discuss that rule, and then the concept of the latitude, and then the departure. Okay, we'll see you on the next video.